Network Entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, our very special musical guest, Sophie Ellis Bextor.
It's murder on the dance floor. I knew it.
You
I
cannot
knew it.
kill the groove, DJ. Gonna burn this goddamn house right down. I know.
Pretty sure that was the best scene for you in the entire movie.
Oh, was there any other part?
I thought it was a music video.
I thought it was a music video. A very short music video.
That was so unnecessary, but okay, sure. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Excuse me? Do you want to continue this podcast?
Remember, necessity, unnecessary. All right.
I don't know if I can talk to you right now. You calling the last, ano ba yun, 1 minute?
The last 1 minute
of Saltburn is unnecessary?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
It's I don't know, it seems a little gratuitous.
There is no story without Barry Keoghan's penis.
Anyway, okay, wait. Before we get into that, welcome to Only Fun. His name is Chico Garcia.
And his name is Gino Killiamore. And yes, welcome to Only Fun, which for our movie seems like Only Fans.
I know. Yo, okay. Is this an Oscar award thing? Like, is this an Oscar movie or at least a Golden Globe thing?
Actually, Barry Keoghan was nominated for the Golden Globes for Best Actor in a comedy, in a drama. Kasi 'di ba sa Golden Globes
is it a comedy?
No, kasi 'di ba
Saltburn is a
nakahiwalay
comedy?
siya. 'Di ba pag Oscars, it's just 5 actors for Best Actor, right?
Right.
For Golden Globes, nakahiwalay siya.
May
5
may
for
categorization
drama,
siya.
5 for comedy. So, mas maraming nanonominate for Golden Globe. So he was part of one of the two. So naka-squeeze in siya. And also Rosamund Pike was nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
She's still so gorgeous. She's always so gorgeous. Alam mo yung parang
gosh.
for me, she was the best part of the film.
Alam mo sa akin, second place siya. First place kasi is Barry Keoghan's penis. And the next
Can we also just talk about how ridiculously good-looking Felix is? Like, what the F? Bakit parang unfair? Bakit ganun siya kapogi? Tapos alam mo yung, ito, can just for context, I had spoken to this about a completely straight friend of mine. Not to say otherwise, but like I was talking to a completely straight friend. A guy friend who's also into, artsy movies and whatever. And then when we were talking about it, we both came to the realization that Barry Keoghan is a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking guy. He's very striking. He's just very charismatic. Like, alam mo yun, basta malakas ang dating niya. Pero, pag tinabi mo siya kay Felix, parang naging normal-looking siya. Alam mo yun, parang, okay, di pala siya ganun kapogi kasi si Felix napakagwapo.
Diyan tayo mag-aaway. Kasi...
Alam naman nating lahat.
Wait, even without that, I mean, I don't know if I've expressed my feelings properly. Even during Eternals.
Eternals pa lang.
Even, with the earlier
I couldn't even watch the movie properly because you kept talking about Barry Keoghan. He wasn't even the center of the movie, but there's Barry Keoghan this, Barry Keoghan that. I'm like, shut up! I'm trying to focus on Angelina Jolie.
I know, right? Hindi, pero yun nga, like, you know how like recently they made a lot of waves, diba? Si Barry Keoghan for Saltburn for obvious reasons. And
I'm assuming that wasn't a prosthetic.
Jeremy Allen White, but Jeremy Allen White for his Calvin Klein
is he Felix?
Ad. No. The bear. Remember yung Calvin Klein?
Okay, yeah. So the bear.
And it started kind of spreading the whole ugly white men thing. Yung parang they're basically calling them ugly white men. Na parang like, they're not actually good looking.
Traditionally good looking.
Pero for me, it's a good thing I wouldn't use the word ugly though. I mean,
no.
Pero I actually had a conversation with a friend about this. Na parang like, I'm loving how our current definition of good looking has actually shifted a little bit. I mean, obviously they're still good looking, duh. Pero you know how like, because for me, the traditionally good looking men would be like Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, you know, Paul Newman, you know, Ryan Reynolds, Chris
Jackman,
Evans, very recently,
the Chris's, yeah.
But if you noticed, and I'm glad you brought it up, even Jacob Elordi, when you think about it, siya si Felix, even if you were to really be strict about it, eto, I'll go the other way naman. Sabi mo, si Barry Keoghan is handsome, pero pag tinabi mo siya kay Jacob Elordi, suddenly parang hindi na ganun kagwapo si Barry Keoghan. Pero my argument is, if itabi mo naman si Jacob Elordi, let's say kay Chris Evans, suddenly makikita mo na parang, wait, parang makikita mo yung flaws naman ni Jacob Elordi. You know, he's not like your typical chiseled Greek god kind of handsome, right? A lot of, in my opinion, this is just me, a lot of Jacob Elordi's charm is also his general vibe. Yung his swag, the way he carries himself,
the quirkiness,
the personality. Pero gets, hindi siya yung typical GQ,
he's like,
you know.
He's like a Noah Centineo.
Yes.
Alam mo yung medyo ganon, na parang, he's a good-looking guy, but if you put him next to, yun nga, the Brad Pitts of the world, then obviously I feel like they'll pale in comparison.
Exactly. And honestly, even before this whole...
Really quick, before I forget, you know who Barry Keoghan reminds me of? He's like a younger version of Joel Edgerton. You know Joel Edgerton?
Edgerton? I mean, so, no, sorry. I'm talking about Taron Egerton. Yeah, Joel Egerton.
Joel Egerton, like as in from there's this movie called Warrior with yeah. So he's like a cross of Joel Egerton and Taron
Egerton.
Alam mo yung ilagay mo siya sa stocky.
Stop. Oh my Joel God. Egerton and Taron Egerton.
Control yourself. Alam mo yung Taron Egerton.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Diba meron siya ng Taron Egerton frame?
Yes.
Swag, but the face is Joel Egerton. Yun yung ano ko. That's what I see when I see Barry Keoghan.
Ako kasi, you know, I just can't seem to place it. Kasi, you know, for me, that's why I like, okay, outside of his talent, yung purely physical, the reason I like Barry Keoghan is you can't place his ethnicity. Hindi mo alam, ano ba siya? Puti ba siya or Asian? Yung parang, you know those...
And the eyes.
The eyes.
so
Alam mo yung mga
striking.
Alam mo yung mga either Eskimo or yung mga Uzbekistan. Yung mga Tibetan.
Yung Asian na crossing over to Russian. Alam mo yung
yung they have a bit of Asian blood.
But he's Irish, right?
Like, I know, pero the look is so unique. It's so unique. And the eyes, like amazing. Kaya natawa ako nung nilagay pa nila sa script. 'Di ba sabi ni Elspeth parang like
you have beautiful eyes.
Kasi nga talagang it's really striking. And it's the first thing that you notice, you know, even when he was the Joker in the Batman,
right?
Or when he was,
and I think that's why mapapaano ka talaga na at the start of the movie, notice that they had him wearing eyeglasses.
Yeah.
Diba? And then later on, when they were in Saltburn na, wala na siyang glasses, parang, oy, ito na, nakikita mo na parang, medyo lumalaban si Atea. Parang ganyan.
Oo.
But also, can we just get into the actual movie? Like, I feel like we've swooned over Barry Keoghan quite enough. Or have we? Maybe we haven't for your sake. But I don't know how to feel about this movie. Like, it's one of those, you know how I know it's an art film? If it makes me feel
uncomfortable.
Alam mo, ano to? Ano nangyayari? Para may ganun na, it's not...
Why am I feeling stuff that, you know, Chico said I would feel, but I didn't believe him until now.
Also, wait, Farley, I've seen him before. Where have I seen Farley from before? Diba? Anyway, I'll do research on that. But yeah, like it's just one of those movies na parang I also can't categorize it. Is it like a suspense film? Is it a drama? I don't know because
okay. I'm glad you brought it up. Kasi, thirsting aside, we all know that, right?
Yeah.
But that aside, as a film fan, I super love this movie because same. It gave me a lot of like very uncomfortable feels. Okay, prior to this, I've been hearing a lot of stuff already about this.
Oh my God! Wait, sorry. Art Farley is Gran Turismo guy. He's the. Did you ever watch Gran Turismo?
No, I didn't watch.
Okay, Gran Turismo is this movie where si Legolas was there,
the kid who was so good at the game, tapos ginawa siyang,
exactly. So he's the main guy. He's the main guy. That's him. That's
the kid.
Yeah. That's him. So that's why I was like, I've seen this guy before. Granted, he wasn't making out with other men before, but like I've seen him. Yun pala yun, Gran Turismo. And apparently he was also part of Midsommar. Yeah. I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ang odd ng choices niya, ang galing. Okay, yun, as I was saying, na parang, yun nga, na parang, I've been reading a lot of stuff about Saltburn already. Yeah. And syempre, X. People were like, oh, this is nothing like I have ever seen before. It's so edgy, and the twists and the turns. And then I was like, after I watched it, I was like, maybe I haven't been watching a lot of indie films. Because if you have been watching art films regularly, this is actually not
That's pretty common. Yeah, surprising. It's medyo commonplace. So.
But for me, it's the visual. I have to say, ang galing nung shot. Like, they make me uncomfortable. Even if, let's say, the actual...
Oh, I really like this scene at the very end. One? Are we? I guess we can openly talk about it now. No?
We've already talked about Barry's penis, so it's okay. We can spill the beans.
I mean, when as in spoiler alert na to, spoiler alert na.
Sige, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Okay. So when Felix died, and they were looking for his body, and then Barry was in that parang Oliver was in that like medyo messed up state na parang alam mo yung hungover ka, and then you're trying to wake up, and then he goes out, and then the courtyard is just ang ganda nung contrast nung basta super green nung courtyard. The foreground was very, the color of the actual castle, and then we're like, I don't know, were there ribbons strewn across the grass? Basta parang when everyone was panicking and looking for Felix, that was a really nice shot for me.
And even after that, yung nagla-lunch na sila, tapos sinara yung curtain.
Yung red curtain? Yeah.
Tapos parang like, oh my gosh, it's like blood was thrown all over the place. And, diba? Like, no, not just that, even the regular stuff. Okay, because what really makes me so...
Yung iniit niya si Venetia na may period siya.
Diyos ko, Lord.
I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire.
Gusto ko yung like, yung iniit niya si Venetia. Iniit!
Eat lang ng eat, L nila.
Like who says iniit? Ay, grabe, iniit niya si ano kagabi. You are such a kolehiyala. Like, grabe na nung iniit niya si Venetia.
Ano naman sabi ko, kinakain niya. Parang baboy pakinggan eh. Diba?
Oh, wow. But when you say iniit niya si Venetia...
I don't know, it just sounds cuter. Parang iniit is R13, kinakain is R18.
Iniit. Hindi, pero yung ano nga, kasi di ba parang, it's the whole, okay, if you haven't watched it, and you know, anyway, spoiler naman na. It's the story of somebody who's supposedly, poor, tapos biglang he gets mixed up with this really rich family. And we're not talking about, not
castle.
Rich, like lives in a castle
landed,
type of
royal,
family.
Gano'n.
As in literal. For me, it strikes a nerve because, like we're part of the middle class. And as part of the middle class, we become part of both worlds. We know how it's like to be like Oliver. when you meet somebody who doesn't like, who probably owns like, I don't know, multiple buildings.
Yeah.
Like you feel like the most kawawa person in the world compared to your rich friends who probably has their own private jet and whatever. But then you also know how Felix feels, because let's face it, we've also hung out with people who are less fortunate than us.
That's
na
true.
Parang suddenly sila naman yung parang like, my gosh, you have so much money, you don't have to worry about rent, and you don't have to worry, you have your own property. So parang alam mo yung, when you're watching it, that's for me is the genius of the film. Parang it places you in both shoes. Na you understand what it's like to be an Oliver, but you also understand what it's like to be a Felix. You know,
then,
to be
at
entitled
the end of it,
and privileged.
It shows you how it actually is. Na parang, diba, apparently Oliver wasn't exactly poor.
Exactly.
You know, like they would go to Greece every year. You know, they had a nice house. I mean, obviously not in the same level of wealth as Felix is. Pero alam mo yung, it puts things into perspective. Na parang, okay, while you might feel like, oh, kawawa naman ako, there's always somebody who's more kawawa than you are. Alam mo yun? And like, there's always somebody who's richer than you.
Richer than you are. No matter how rich you think you are, there's going to be somebody who's richer. So,
but I think we've all established that when you're wealthy, you're pretty messed up. I think that's what happens talaga.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at what happened. Also, I don't know. Is this a 2020 kind of thing na everybody's sexuality is just so fluid? Like, everybody just is okay with getting it on with anyone? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they did that for art's sake. Pero alam mo yung parang legit, like, kunwari, si Venetia, first night, hello, naghubad na agad dun sa, I mean, doon na agad sa labas ng bintana ni, and my God, that bathtub scene, what the F? What the F, man? Come on.
Yeah, yuck.
Ew, you are so gross. You are so gross. Usually I don't keep shame, but this is so gross. You know what's, I get the bath water, but he was fucking making out with the sink. I mean, the drain.
Yuck.
You know how gross that is?
It's so gross. It's
Stop it.
Gross. No, I'm agreeing with you.
Stop pretending. I see it in your eyes that you want to do the same thing. Except the Barry Keoghan.
Alam mo yung version ko nun. Di ba, si Jacob Elordi, di ba? Tapos, pag alis niya si Barry Keoghan. Tapos, hindi mo alam, pag alis ni Barry Keoghan,
ikaw naman
ako.
That was so messed up. Like,
no, but it's, hindi, pero see, that's the thing.
Kasi gets ko pa kung yung, kumbaga, kung doon lang sa surface ng bathtub, tapos yung dinidilaan niya yung bathwater, sige, bigay mo na yan. Pero yung drain yung minomol mo eh. Kadiri, yung buhok pa lang na,
sobrang kadiri.
You are despicable. I see it in your eye. You can't even lie properly about it.
No, it is gross. Alam mo, mamaya naisipin ng mga tao, it is gross. It's yuck. Like, gross.
Oh my God. I tried to put myself in Barry Keoghan's shoes. Kahit sino pang babae lagay mo doon, hindi ko imomohol yung drain. Alam mo yung parang,
ako din naman, kahit sinong babae lagay mo doon, hindi naman talaga imomohol.
Hindi talaga. Kahit nga get into the bathtub na nakahubad sila, di mo gagawin.
No, pero kasi nga, okay, if it's purely for lewdness sake.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's gross. But I guess the whole point of it is, once you get over the hump of how gross that is,
yeah,
parang maaano mo yung mai-illustrate mo, kasi I'm thinking the writer-director is thinking, how do I illustrate just how obsessed Oliver is?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not just obsessed with the person, but with the lifestyle. Kasi diba, that's
but here's my question. Was he obsessed with the lifestyle or with Felix? Because I don't think it was with Felix.
With both. With both. Kaya nga, di ba
But
sabi
no,
niya
I mean,
parang
but more than. I'm assuming it's the lifestyle, not because if he was just obsessed with Felix, why did he kill him?
No, because remember, parang it's what he represents.
Parang ultimately, ang goal niya
Yung
pa rin
parang,
is to be the apex predator of the wealthy. Ganun.
And not just that. And remember, he was like, FO na sila eh. Diba? Like, it was like, oh, like, no.
Because
like, nalaman na niya na you're a liar,
you
know, and I don't want to have anything to do with you. And he didn't even want to talk to Oliver anymore. So siya parang, not only am I losing you, I might lose my place here in Salzburg. You know what I mean? And then, because remember, he orchestrated everything. So, I mean, there's that. But for me talaga, like, nothing spectacular. For me, what was extra special about the movie were the performances.
Was the last minute of the movie.
Outside of that, duh. Pero, was really...
ito, hula mo, prosthetic yun o hindi? Hindi, no? Parang
sinabi na niya hindi. Sinabi na niya hindi. Isn't he amazing? Like...
Tapang nga tao.
And Emerald Fennell, the director, didn't ask it of him, ha? Like initially, the was, you know, they're gagamitin nila camera tricks, you know, to hide his wiener. But sabi niya parang, no, let's do it. You know, like, you know, this is supposed to be the perversion of the entire thing. Na parang, yun nga, na parang, oh my gosh, I succeeded, I own everything, opulence.
Kung ganun din naman kasi, hindi ka rin magtatago eh. Parang, okay, ba't ko tatago eh? May kahihiyan ba ako? Wala.
No, exactly. Because that was the whole point, di ba? Na parang, I succeeded. It's mine. I usurped. The owners.
That's his version of Happy Dance.
Yeah, exactly. And now this place that I used to be so, you know, thank you po.
Now I'm dancing around naked.
This is now mine.
It's my castle.
And if I want to dangle my dongle, all I want I can because it's mine. So you know what, you know. So even the graveyard scene.
Yeah.
Emerald didn't know what he was going to do. In one interview, Barry said, I asked for a closed set because I wanted to try something out. And I just wanted to feel, like, hindi niya alam na maghuhubad siya and all that. Like, I just want to see, you know, make it a closed set. And then, you know, shoot from one angle. No movement, no camera movement. Just put the camera there, shoot, and let me do what I feel like doing.
Cook. Let me
cook. And then everything that happened, it was just last minute. Like, kung ano lang yung na-feel niya what Oliver would do. So, alam mo yun, very siya, very like, may mga ganun siya. And like, I mean, and I
but I gotta say though, yun nga eh, parang, like, I have to echo what you said, na in terms of art films, it's not necessarily revolutionary.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great performance.
Easily.
Don't get me wrong. It's an okay, like, I mean, it's a great performance again. But yun nga eh, parang in the world of, you know how, like, yun nga, parang people are so, it's so riveting, it's so new, it's so... Is it though? I've like, ito mamatambin. Parang mga ganong levels.
Yeah, exactly.
May mga ganon din naman eh. Like, so, is it groundbreaking? Probably not. Does it do it well? Yes, it really does. It really does. But it's not... Kumbaga, it's not paving the way for new kinds of film or anything like that.
But to be honest, I mean, I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I really loved it. Even outside of the whole, I mean, joking aside.
Am I going to watch it again? Probably
nudity,
not. But
nudity and everything. I actually enjoyed it. It's very watchable. Because diba that's the problem sometimes with art films.
Yeah, it's hard to digest.
It's hard to watch. Kasi parang, ay nako, masyado tong pahoyti-toyti. Ito hindi. It's like, it's very easy to digest. But for me...
It feels like a weird hangover British version movie. Alam mo ganun.
Surprised at how, like, it actually has a lot of Oscar talk, you know, na parang like, I'm happy that something as medyo, alam mo yung off the beaten path kind of movie is actually getting, you know, Golden Globe nomination. So I'm really happy. And the way Barry Keoghan and Rosamund Pike, those two specifically, are getting a lot of buzz, like awards buzz. And
getting no, because Rosamund Pike didn't really have a lot of screen time. Like, I mean, not a ridiculous amount. Like, she was probably in, I would say, maybe 20%, 25% of the movie. You know what I mean? It was really more Farley, more, actually, si Farley yung medyo big role, diba? Farley, Barry Keoghan, of course, and si Felix. Diba?
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, like, check it out. Siguro if you're not art film, mga avant-garde, you might be a little shocked. But to be honest, if you're a cineast,
I didn't know
you watch a lot of mga ganon.
I didn't know what I was walking into when I watched it. So in my head, it was did you ever watch 21 and Over? There was this movie before with drummer guy, crap, what's his name? Mr. Fantastic.
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller, there you go. 21 and Over. It's like about a coming of age movie. I thought that this would be a coming of age kind of thing, but in like Oxford. Okay. Alam mo yung ganon? So I expected it to be like a Project X-ish kind of thing, and then it was not. So parang, but still, I enjoyed it pa rin. Alam mo yun, so parang, if anything, yun nga na parang I expected something completely different. But it went the other way, but I still enjoyed it. Like, it's one of those, if you're not into art films, you're gonna keep watching it because you're like, what the fuck is going on? Alam mo yung ganon, na parang, and you just want to find out what the hell is happening next. So,
and FYI, the writer-director, Emerald Fennell, is also an actress. She was the one who played Camilla Parker Bowles in The Crown.
Oh,
that's her. So The Crown, siya yung writer-director ng Saltburn. So,
okay.
like, very like, grabe. Like, I think there's going to be a lot that we can expect from this actress, director, writer, Emerald Fennell. So there you go. Go check it out. Be prepared lang for anything and everything.
Do not watch with children around.
Do not watch with children around. Yeah.
Even in the non-nude scenes, like, do not watch
18 pataas lang, definitely.
Pretty sure I've said I'm a vampire before.
Oh, Lord. Oh, that's gross. That is disgusting.
Wow! Wow! Ako pa ngayon.
Well, kung ikaw dun, ako sa bathtub. So,
of course, we want to thank our partners, the Pod Network Entertainment. You can check us out on social media. It's at OnlyFunPH, at Chico Garcia for him, at Gino Killiamore for me. Gino.Killiamore for me. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
One, two, blah.
Bata, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Bata, brain.
Sakto ko ako. Blah, blah, blah. You say, blah, blah, blah. So see you guys
sabi
next
ko nga
time.
after watching it, sabi ko, grabe, nakaka-drain.
Yuck.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye guys.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.